Hey everyone, welcome to BigGunner81 Live, presented by Applied Arsenal Finishes and Gunworks, BAT Arms LLC. You can check them out at batarms.com. Eggleston Munitions, which you can also check out at egglestonmunitions.com. And Spit to Precision, which is awesome barrel company, actually. You can check them out there in California. Spittoprecision.com is their website as well. And last but not least, we got the Range at 355, and Pete is in the house with us tonight as well. Welcome. And welcome everybody out there watching. So also we have with us, we have Matt from Grunt Style as well, which I can't see on my screen. Hopefully you guys can see him now. He was there a minute ago.
Matt, I see him.
Okay, so for whatever reason it shows up blank on my screen. We also got John Vlieger in the house as well with us tonight. And
hello.
Welcome, welcome. And then Dave from Renegade Ammo was here as well, but I know his cam might not be working yet. He was trying to relog back in when we started. Here we go. Hey, Dave.
Here he is.
So before we get into the two-gun run and some more of the new details and so forth,
I should have back on. You can see
me. We were going to have Jake Carrillo on with us tonight too. Unfortunately, he's still sick. Hopefully, he's better before the weekend, so we can go out to the two-gun run. So something I was going to talk about really quick. I just did a video, which, by the way, is my screen backwards? I just noticed this on my end.
Hold up your right hand. No, it's good.
It's good. So on my end, it's back. I don't know. Maybe it's not backwards. Maybe it's just me. It's backwards. Anyhow, back to the story. I just did a video on some Chinese products. The company reached out to me, sent me an email. They sell on Amazon. They said, hey, we need some videos made for our products. Would you like to do that? We'll send you some free products. Pick out whatever you want out of their list, which wasn't a very long list. I'm like, all right, well, send me a handguard. You know, they're multi-tool, and a couple muzzle brakes, and a gas block. They make aluminum gas blocks, which are known or are basically, when you think aluminum gas blocks, you think of the heating, expansion, and contraction, and all that kind of stuff. And you think about maybe that they would loosen up, that maybe the fire path where the gases run through might get eroded and so forth because it's aluminum, not steel. And I figured, hey, send me one. We'll try that out and see how that goes. So I'm really curious to really see the effects on the aluminum. And anyhow, I put this video together, and it wasn't the products were, I don't want to say absolutely horrible, but the handguard, well, the handguard had some issues. There was a nice gouge in the end of it. It obviously didn't happen when it was packaged in the box. It happened before that, so they packaged it with this major defect at the end of it. Checked the barrel nut against their own tool and against my armor's wrench, which I've used in other applications for building ARs. And the barrel nut was all way out of spec and everything. And so I kind of railed on that. I was kind of surprised, not surprised because it's made overseas and so forth that there was a defect, but kind of surprised that they didn't really seem to take the time to look at this before they sent it out to me. That was kind of a disappointment in respect. If they want me to do a video on it, they basically wasted my time by not sending me something that was even, close to even working.
Yeah.
And anyhow, so in response to my video, somebody got a little bit of butthurt going. I don't know if there's someone who's trying to defend the company in some way, or just figured that maybe I was being kind of harsh on them or something. I don't really know. So I was reading this comment, and you can see it. The video is made in China -Lamnur, L-A-M-N-U-R, AR-15 parts review. And this comment was, I watched this review on accident, and I have to say I reviewed a lot of products that weren't up to mill spec, but there's a lot better way to comment on these unfortunate defects. And that is usually started out with professionalism. I don't know how many ARs you have built, but I've never had to shim a handrail, which it's not the handrail that you shim, it's the barrel nut that you shim so that the handguard is lined up properly with, with the rail and everything, and that the gas block is, the gas tube is lined properly and so forth. Because I've lined them correctly with an alignment tool, but not shims. Okay. The play in the muzzle device, it was tight. Anything that isn't not fully threaded will have some play because it's not tight. It'll be 100%, or I said I would like, I can't speak, just like they can't write. I'll be 100% honest. I think the finish on that rail was a lot nicer than the one on your 308. Just thought I'd give my rude input as to show you how it feels to be degraded to a point that wasn't necessary. Just happens to be someone that isn't as unprofessional and as sloppy as you. So, like, okay. So I was harsh on this product, but you can understand I was a little bit disappointed in the fact that they would waste my time by sending me something that they obviously didn't check when they boxed it. So when I wrote the company, the response was, "Oh, this very seldomly happens." Okay, sure it does. And I'm guessing the way that this person responded that they have some type of link to this company. Yeah, it's too bad, you know. So that's why I give an honest review. Figured I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Now, the barrel nut, I'm sorry, the muzzle device and the threads on it, not barrel nut. The thing about that being loose is, yes, when something's loose, there's going to be play in it. I was trying to explain that the other muzzle device that I had didn't have quite as much play in the threads. The threads, the spec of, the tolerance of machining those threads was much larger than the threads on the other muzzle brake that I already had. I was trying to explain that. Obviously, I also said in the video that if you tighten it down, it would probably be fine. So anyway, I just kind of wanted to address that because I just thought it was kind of a funny response to get some negative feedback. But I did kind of spread a little negativity by kind of railing them a bit on it. So also want to give a shout out. We got a lot of people out there in YouTube land. Before we really dig into this, I was just looking at where my screen go. There we go. We got Jose Jimenez, who says, "Sorry I'm late, been busy. Good to see you again, Rick." Likewise. And Lucas Tactical LLC, if I'm saying that right, I'm probably butchering it. Chris Martin, and of course Pete's out there as well in the chat, who's also here with us. So welcome everybody who's out there watching. I appreciate that. Also, we are over on gunchannels.com/BigGunner81, running over there live as well. So those guys, Dan is out there watching us tonight as well. So welcome. If you guys got any questions, any comments, any thoughts, feel free to share them. We'll address them in the show. So in regards to Two Gun Run, unfortunately, I'm not going to make it out this weekend. It's just you just can't do it, unfortunately. Of course, I'm several states away, so it's kind of a different story than just being right next door as before. And I really wish I could make it with all the cool stuff you guys got going on. Which I'll let Pete kind of jump into a little bit.
Let me get back on here from the chat. So this has been a pretty good week for prizes, and we'll start off. I know Jay couldn't be on tonight because he's under the weather, but one of Jay's sponsors, Rubber City Armory, is donating a $249 low mass AR competition BCG. So that's another prize that came in. I know Matt's got a couple things to talk about, but just go over our prize list right now for anybody that, and I think we're getting close. I think, Matt, what do we have, 60-ish signed up already?
I think the last number I heard was 55, so closing in on that 60.
And then, so we've, of course, got Bobby Snyder and his team at Tactical Edge Arms donated a Warfighter, the Mo edition, which is a $1,400 AR. What really makes that nice is their diamond light coated BCG as well. We've got to let Matt talk about Radical Firearms, but Rock River over the weekend is donating a little something we added yesterday. Chuck Larson, the owner of Rock River, said he'd love to see a little side match, and his wishes are to have top 5 male and top 5 female shooters do a side match at the end for 2, 1 each, LAR R9 competition 9mm carbines.
Oh, wow. We actually, I think, had a video on those from SHOT Show.
Yeah, $1,565 retail. One's black anodized, one's Cerakote. Sweet little rifles. We'll have 2 of those for the winners of the shoot-offs. Of course, Dave from Renegade donated a bunch of 50 cal bottle openers that Will Egbert Jr. from Vulture Equipment Works laser engraved for us. I got one for you and Dave Rick. And then we also have Will is donating a Cholera Mark III custom knife. It's laser engraved with Rangejet 355 logo and Grunt Style flash. That's a $400 retail value. We've got our good friend Brian Krieger from Four Roses that is just really sweet in the pot. He's going to be there doing tastings, and he rated the Geedunk box big time for prizes. And let's see.
Yeah, I got a question for you too, Pete. So these are the top 5 men and top 5 women have a chance to compete for a Rock River Arms rifle.
Yeah.
So is that possible that one person can walk away with 2 rifles?
Yeah, absolutely.
If you win both, the regular match and the side match?
Yeah. Matt and Justin and I talked about this yesterday. I'm getting a little feedback.
Yeah, there's feedback from somebody.
Yeah. So anyway, but instead of 2-gun, it's kind of cool because it's only the carbine. So it's going to be a 24-round side match, 1 stick mag with 28 rounds. We'll have it set up so that we push the envelope on this, and should be. I'm pretty excited about the side match, to be honest with you. We'll supply the ammo. We'll load the mags. I'm going to sight it in with irons. That's the optical that it'll have. So should be fun.
Okay. Nice. So
I've got a little something to add too. So Pete just did a great job explaining everything. We've also got 2 firearms, 2 of the SOCOM 5.56 AR-15s from Radical Firearms. So there's a total of 5 rifles that will be given away at the event. So I've never been to a match that has this many giving away, but this is a pretty incredible prize table. On top of that, so I'm trying to go through all my notes here. I've got 5 $100 gift cards from LAG Tactical. They're a holster manufacturer. They do a bunch of great stuff. I've got 7 triggers that we're giving away in the prize table from Hyperfire. I've got a ton of mags from Hex Mag, and then we've got accessories from James over at High Speed Shooting Stabilizers.
James is a great guy. I'm running his Fang right now on my competition rifle.
Yep, I run one of them as well. So
very cool.
Yeah,
Sorry, I was just laughing about something else.
And then the prize that probably isn't the most exciting, with all these great rifles, knives, and everything else, we're giving away an annual membership as well.
Wow.
It's a massive prize table.
Yeah, this is, and Matt and Justin and I are already talking about the fall. We're gonna do another match in the fall that's gonna blow this away. So if you could imagine that, we're gonna keep up in the game. Make your travel plans, boys.
Oh, so I guess I actually got an apology back from that person who wrote that video or response to the video. I don't know if they saw what we were doing right now and replied to this, but I'll pull this up here so I read this because I haven't read this really yet. Not to derail the whole train of thought of the match, I'm sorry, but basically saying, you know what, maybe I took it a little bit too far. LOL, I don't even know that I can tell you that I'm hurt. That I hurt me. What? I just think you went a little bit, but I will apologize for going off on your channel, and I probably should have commented to you through a PM. I just think you could have done a little more professional about your impression. That's it, man. Good luck with your channel. So, like, I don't know. Probably someone related to the company, maybe. I don't really know. But normally I wouldn't complain about stuff like that too much, but just something rubbed me the wrong way about the fact that they sent this out with me, you know, to give you like their best impression of what they have to offer, and nothing lined up, and it was just totally junk, you know. So,
Hey, you know what? As far as I'm concerned, if it's a bad product, you get a bad review.
Oh yeah, exactly. Because after all, that's we're here to help people, like, you know, or kind of, I don't say help. Well, help explain what things are and show the true nature of what it is. You know, that's basically the goal.
Especially
And also
when you're spending your limited hard-earned money.
Right. Exactly. That's why I'll agree if someone wanted to send me something and they don't have a problem with giving an honest review over it. I don't want it to be biased. So let's see. Where's this match going to be? I want to get back. We'll get back to the match. Sorry for the derailment for a moment there. John Rhodes was asking. So I'll go ahead and just answer that, I guess. So it'll be at the Range 35, which is in Bolingbrook, Illinois. And just openings. We have, you said you have about 55, 60 people already signed up, and it maxes out at 80. What is the latest, Pete, that people can register, and where can they register again?
Can register at gruntstyle.com, go to their events page, and you'll see Two Gun Run. And it's $75 for competitors, $25 for people that want to come. I think one of the biggest things we left out, Matt, is Glock team captain Shane Coley and Glock team member Michelle Viscuzzi will be there. I think they're going to come do the staff shoot with us on Friday night, but they're not going to be competing on Saturday, right, Matt?
No, they're not going to be competing. They're just there to sign autographs, shake hands.
So $25, you get to meet them, hang out, enjoy the festivities, chow. Matt's got some Chicago-style fast, quick serve going on.
Yeah, so we'll have some food there. And you get a Grunt Style T-shirt, commemorate it all.
Awesome. Yeah, then for the competitors for the $75, a lot of prizes that you probably all heard already. A lot of prizes. Basically the prize bag that all the competitors get. You get the Grunt Style Two Gun Run shirt, unique for our event, right, Matt?
Yep.
And then a bunch of Four Roses swag. After the match, the bourbon tasting, and a chance to win some great prizes, man.
So a couple questions I have for you, too, that I know someone had asked about is, well, first off, one question I have is, the people who are not participating, they're just coming to spectate, they're paying $25, so are they getting a chance to win something, too?
I don't know. It all depends. There's a couple prizes that we've gotten multiples of that we may be doing different raffles and things like that on. So.
Okay, that'd be kind of cool. The other question I had, too, is regarding the actual match itself. Someone had asked about the round counts and so forth. Like
round counts are closer to 40 and 40. 40, 40, 24 for the side match. That's about where we're at right now.
But the side match, you're supplying the ammo, you said, correct?
I'm supplying them.
People 100 and 100 just to be safe, depending on how many rounds you shoot and how many times you miss.
Sure, it's always not a bad idea to have some extra, right?
Oh, yeah.
But a minimum of 40 and 40.
There's some guys that can drill 3 pretty fast. So, yeah, but it's roughly 40 and 40. And we should, Bill Zeller from XL Training Group, he's a USPSA match director. He's going to be the match director for this match as he was in last September's match. He will have all the stages done by tomorrow. He and I spent quite a bit of time on the phone today talking about the side match and the two, well, we're going to have 4 stages, two pistol, 2 rifle stages. Factory pistol, unlimited rifle.
Okay. And you guys mentioned you are using holsters this time?
Yeah, we're going to use holsters. We're probably going to, we're trying to make this as efficient as we possibly can. So, of course, scoring on practice score, we're going to have a rifle rack in the AR bay where we'll chamber flag all the rifles. And then we'll have a make safe table in each range. Of course, we'll show safe when we get done, but then probably, we've got a wide variety, and this is not, everybody's, sorry guys, I need a nap, but we won't have everybody as rated shooters. So we've got some novices that are going to be shooting with us as well. Probably holster up to the line, load and go from low ready. And then at the end, clear, show safe, hammer down, holster, go over to a make safe table, show one of the directors that your gear is safe, gear it up, move on. So we've got rifle and pistol going on at the same time, and then we'll flip-flop those squads.
Okay. Other questions. So are you going to have extra chamber flags, or is this something people have to supply?
We're going to provide the chamber flags.
Oh, cool. Are they going to have the Range 3-5 logo on them?
No, we'd like to get them back for the next squad.
Gotcha.
So we'll keep the range at 355 off of it.
Cool. So, what else we got? So, John, you're being kind of quiet.
Well, you're talking about a match that I can't go to, so what do I have to add?
I know, right? Me too. I can't go either, so we can both hang out.
You guys jealous enough?
John, we're going to give you a lot of notice for the next one.
Yeah, it's my match schedule is pretty booked right now. I'm shooting 19 majors this year because they just announced the Kentucky sectional, and I might work that and shoot it at the same time. But no, it's I just got in a 3-gun. Shot my first 3-gun match of the year 2 days ago. Funnily, Manchester, southeast of Nashville. Funnily enough, won it. That's not saying much. 27 people, showed up.
So you went, you shot, and you won.
Yeah, a little bit. But it's funny. I'm running a rifle right now with a $100 barrel. A handguard I got off a prize table at a 3-gun match I shot last year. And what was I going to say? It's funny trying to piece together when I'm so focused on USPSA and doing well in that and trying to win in USPSA. Finding time to dedicate time to train for 3-gun is difficult. I mean, I just loaded my first shotgun on the clock in over a year, or almost a year, last weekend. So having time to dedicate to other skills is hard. That and travel. I mean, I drove 30,000 miles last year. Drove 30,000 miles the year before that. Tires are expensive, and it's just a matter of budgeting and planning. I wish you guys the best with that. I wish there were more 2-gun matches out there, because it makes it a little easier for people to get into and come out and shoot. When you start adding 3 firearms into there, it's a little more difficult for people to budget for all that and learn all of it.
Yeah, that's very true. It does get very expensive to do 3-gun.
Yep.
Or 4-gun. 4-gun's even more. It's kind of a joke. We were at the club that I was at in Illinois. One of the match director or RO, I forget who it was now. One of their kids was with them, and he was helping out. He was actually shooting too, and he was a young kid. He goes, "Yeah, we should have 4-gun." And his dad's like, "Well, what would be the 4th gun?" He's like, "A nail gun." I'm like, man, this kid's got some ideas. So very cool. By the way, John, you have to talk to Goodyear or something about to see if you can get a sponsorship for.
Yeah, it's funny. I've actually sent sponsorship requests to beer companies, car companies, and stuff. And like we talked about earlier, it's more about having somebody to rep your brand well. I mean, we have a guy here in my area who's sponsored by Dairy Queen. So
wow.
And I kind of want to get past the misconception about sponsorship and what it means. If I'm sponsored by Mid-South Shooter Supply right now. Forget what I get out of it for a second. I've been a customer of theirs for over 2 years. They know me personally. The guy who handles firearm transfers has my cell phone number. Okay, he texts me, "Hey man, your gun's here," and I'm like, "Oh, which one?" All right. So there's already a relationship there. It is not that I'm walking in asking for stuff for free. I am approaching them after an already established relationship is there to see how we can help each other. And at the end of the day, if it helps the shooting sports, if it brings a good light to the shooting sports and helps the companies that help support it, it's worthwhile. It's a worthwhile venture. And so people in their views of sponsorship, oh, you get that for free. What do you care? And number one, how is it your business what I get for free or what I work for or what I pay for? Just like it's not my business what you pay for. But at the end of the day, it's about making the shooting sports better, about getting it out there and getting it more acceptable.
Right. Yeah, the acceptable thing, which is interesting. We had a conversation to kind of share a little bit of personal information. So I was on a conference call for my work, my day job today, and they wanted to go. It was one of those things, kind of like, tell a little bit about yourself type of deal. And they wanted to kind of go over tell us one personal thing about yourself that's kind of interesting or something, or whatever. And I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I just moved, from Illinois and this and that. And, two of the other people on the call were like, one person said, "Oh, last weekend I went out and I shot at 600 yards or whatever it was at a 10-inch steel plate with my AR, and blah blah blah." And, he's like, "And I like to build ARs." And then another person on the call, same thing. And I'm like, "Huh, that's pretty cool," because a lot of times people kind of like keep that stuff under wraps when it comes to firearms and discussion in the workplace. So I thought that was kind of an interesting thing today. It's how do you get, firearms, whether it's competition or hunting or tactical or whatever it is, just firearms in general. How do you get that to be acceptable in the commonplace?
I think it all kind of depends on, what your, what your environment is.
Me too.
In the Chicagoland area, depending on where you are, it's very taboo. It's an extreme taboo. But different places, Texas, for instance, if you're ostracized if you're not part of a firearms community or own a firearm or something of that nature.
Yeah.
I spent 3 years in Alaska, and let's put it this way: I open carried in the summer, and I only got questioned 3 times in 2 years. I open carried up there. One of them was an 18-year-old cashier who didn't know it was legal, and I educated them. The other 2 times was people asking me who I had build my holster.
Nice. Well, I'd say we were down in Atlanta for NRA show, and driving around. I think we were driving back pretty much. I think we were still in Georgia at the time. If I remember right. Could have been South Carolina, but I'm pretty sure it was still Georgia. And we were stopping someplace, and this guy's out cutting grass, like landscaper, and he's got his pistol holster in it on his side, And I go to Laura, I go, "Hey, what do you think about that? Does that make you nervous that someone's out walking around with a pistol on their hip?" She's like, "A little bit." I'm like, "Well, it's different. People do that,
The worst thing about being in Tennessee is you see open carry. That's not the bad part. The bad part is it's almost always a subcompact. It's like
that's what this guy had too,
and no retention. It's like, dude, really? You bought a pocket pistol. You're carrying it in the holster it came with, and you're walking around Home Depot.
Yeah. Man up and carry.
I was like, well, it's better than not carrying all.
Cowboy holster, GD.
Say that again.
I said, man up and carry a 45 long Colt and a cowboy holster, for crying out loud. Yeah, that's what people don't realize is that with open carry come a lot more concern over retention and having to keep an eye on it.
Right. I guess they have open carry here in North Carolina, from what I understand too. But I don't know all the exact rules yet. I'm still trying to learn all that. There's some video I was watching on YouTube of some guy walking through the Bass Pro over here, because I think there's only one. I don't know if there's only one Bass Pro. I can't remember. I think there is. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm open carrying." He was from out of state or whatever, and he's like, "Finally freedom," kind of thing.
I got arrested for open carry in North Carolina.
Really?
Yep. It was a contempt of cop.
It was what?
Contempt of cop.
What does that mean?
I pissed off a cop. Long story short, it's part of the reason I'll never eat at Waffle House again. I was dumb. People ask me, "You want to eat at Waffle House?" I said, "No, man, I haven't stepped foot in Waffle House since October 2008." And they're like, "That's oddly specific."
One time.
Yep, one time. And it was basically I'm eating, holstered gun in a Serpa holster. I was new, I was young, I'm sorry. And I basically, cop walks in, hey, how about you show me some ID? And I knew my rights, unfortunately, and knew I didn't have to show him ID because I wasn't doing anything wrong, and went downhill from there. And almost got shot in the leg by my own gun. They're taking out of the holster.
Yeah, do you actually have a negligent discharge?
No, I'm saying he was struggling to unlock the Serpa.
Okay, I got you. So it didn't discharge.
No. It was just very, very. It was. He was struggling. He was struggling very hard, and but anyway, I asked him, "Am I under arrest? Am I free to go?" Put your hand on top of your head. Okay, we're going that way, and get in front of the magistrate, and the magistrate says, "What did he do?" Oh, he was carrying a gun. Okay, was he waving it around? No. Did he have his hands on it? No. You know that's legal, right? He was being belligerent. He didn't want to leave. Well, charge him with trespassing. Get out of here. And charges were dismissed, and I learned a very important lesson. That lesson being, you might beat the rap, but you ain't beating the ride. And yeah. So yes, it is legal. It's just a matter of, are they going to discover that before or after they arrest you?
Right. Very true.
So
David, what do you have going on over there?
Well, I got some mail call from War Dog Industries.
So what is War Dog Industries? I saw that in your Instagram posts.
Yeah, I get something in the mail like literally every 2 or 3 days. Like that Trigicon, for instance, right? So,
right.
Yeah, this comes from War Dog Industries, and I'll show you what they sent me. They sent me an 80% skeletonized.
Oh, that's cool.
Lore.
nice.
So they sent it to
And
me.
you have access to a mill.
Yeah. So they sent it to me and said, "Hey, do a review on it. Show everybody. Check it out. We got uppers. We're doing all kinds of cool stuff. And it's from I believe this is actually a 80% arms lore that they remill them out, and they do that cool stuff there.
That is pretty cool.
So yeah, they just mailed it to me and said, do whatever I want and give it away, do something, do a review, build something. We don't care. So I haven't decided what I'm going to do with it quite yet, but hey, I guess I get to build another one.
I know I've got a couple of things like that. I've got a polymer lower that I'll be doing a review on soon, which it's just sitting there as a stripped lower, and I got to figure out what I'm going to do with it. But actually, it was kind of cool. I got to talk to the company that manufactures it, and I can't go into a lot of details, but they were manufacturing lower receivers with a different type of polymer material for other companies that weren't quite as successful. And looking forward to trying this one out just to see. And I asked them, because this one is actually doesn't have any metal inserts like some of the other competitors out there. And they said, well, really, if you're using the right material, it's not a problem. That was basically their response. I'm curious to see how it holds up, but from other people that I've seen it, that have ran them, they haven't had any issues with it running, anything as far as larger calibers, like larger than 22, I should say. So they're running like 223 or 300 blackout, things like that nature, and not having an issue with it. So we'll see. We'll just find out. Which my initial polymer receiver that I bought a long time ago was the original ATI Omni. A lot of people have had issues with those cracking around the rear takedown pins and so forth, and I ran it as regular 5.56 223 rifle for I'm not sure how many rounds, but I'm sure it was well over 1,000, and then later on I converted it over to a dedicated 22 just to do it, and I haven't had any issues with it since or yet. I mean, so I don't know, but everybody's got their own way of making the mousetrap. I think it was Jake from MGS Firearms that kind of said that. He's like, everything's the same thing of reinventing the hamster wheel, to kind of paraphrase. As you see, this magazine has this, on it, whatever. It's basically just something that's doing the same thing, maybe just slightly different. There's nothing really that new. So
feature rich.
Yeah, feature rich.
Yeah.
I didn't notice it had a Superman logo in the front.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's cool. That is pretty cool.
I just noticed that. Maybe we'll make a
there's some companies that'll buy the 80% and they'll do the rest of the machining themselves as well. Yeah. Finish them up, some of the small companies. You think about it, I mean, it may be beneficial in some regards because most of the machining is done already. I mean, I don't know. I mean, if you're buying a bare block of material, I'm sure that might be it would be less expensive than buying something that's already mostly machined, except for the fact that you got to consider the time on the machine and how many bits you're going to wear through, and whoever's got to watch the machine. I don't really know. That's stuff that I don't have all the information on, obviously, but
right.
It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I've never. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I've never milled one of these out. So I know they make jigs and stuff for them, but I've never done it.
I tried it with a drill press just to play around, and I see where you really have to at least have a jig or a mill would be the best way to do it.
Right. I got a machine shop I can take it to, and I can go use the machine shop.
Yeah, do it yourself.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm gonna do.
Right. That would be the most ideal situation to get it done. I know the guys from Liberty Marksman were doing some 80% lowers as well, but they also have access to, regular manual mills and so forth. And I think that'd be the most ideal way. I mean, I guess you could CNC it also, but I mean, I think for the amount of cutting you have to do really on that, a regular mill would just, manual mill would just be fine.
That's all I really have. So
yeah, I was just looking to see some of the comments that were on here and so forth, and kind of catch up on those a little bit here. So we've got, okay, there it is. Okay, someone's having an issue with the audio, and then also Home Runner says, "What's up, Patriots?" And Renegade Ammo, cool name. John was saying that the polymer isn't too bad as long as you aren't too rough with them. It's rough with aluminum. I destroyed my first one. So I guess he's talking about. I'm assuming about the polymer. I'm assuming he's talking about the use of the polymer, and then on the aluminum, I'm sure he's probably talking about how to machine it out. It's probably it's probably rough to machine the aluminum, unless he's talking about machining polymer ones, because there are some. Like Polymer 80, I believe, is the one company that makes a polymer lower receiver that you can mill out yourself. Those do look like they'd be a lot easier to handle because it's a much softer material to machine for sure. And then, you've got one over there. Is that? Oh, it's the 80% arms. Okay, that's the box what you're working on.
Yep.
And then over on gun channels, we'll see what we got going on there. If anything, nothing going on there too much at this point. But like I said before, we try to keep the show somewhat interactive to you so that we can help continue the discussion with all you people out there watching and so forth. If you got some suggestions for things you want to see on the show or videos you want to see done, things like that, just let us know. Post it in the comments. Go over on Instagram, Facebook, all those places. You can also leave messages and comments and things like that, and let us know. And if it's during the live show, we can address them on the live chat here on YouTube or on gun channels. And if you're watching this later on after the show's live, we can address your comments in the comment section afterwards. So Dave, you've got something going on too. It says winners will be posted on Renegade Ammunition Instagram. Tune in each week. So the giveaways and stuff that you're doing.
Yeah. So the giveaway stuff, of course, every week that I'm on here, You know, the guys that are new, they get pens. And then today, for all the watchers, we're gonna pick someone to win one of those. I don't have it on me. Those veteran pens that I got.
Sorry, I don't know if that broke up or not on your guys' end, but I lost it for a second.
We heard him.
You did, okay. It was my computer messing up.
Yeah.
So
Get a new computer.
yeah, I'm sure. I actually
No,
have a super
so
computer.
like John, I'll give John a pen. I don't remember. Matt, did I get you a pen yet?
I don't think so.
Matt and John a pen for tuning in tonight. So you guys just send me your info. Pete, you already got one.
I did, and I posted over here on the side, Dave. I'm gonna send you back one of the 50 cal bottle openers that's laser engraved.
Sweet, thank you.
That is
I
awesome.
appreciate
Thank you.
And Dave did send me one that's blank. I may see if I can send that over to Will and see if I can get him to do a logo on that as well.
Well, I got one for you too, Rick.
Yeah, I definitely want one with your logo on it as well. Just
a big Gunner logo.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gotta tell you something. I actually have a small collection of these bottle openers started in the 50 cal variety. Somehow my brother-in-law gave me one, and then I got one from Atlas Defense, but it's just the shell. It doesn't have the projectile in it. And then I want to say I have one somewhere else, but I may be wrong. Oh, no, the other one isn't a bottle opener at all.
Well, hey, Dave,
Yeah.
Club Grunt Style, and for everybody out there, if you haven't checked that out, Club Grunt Style is really cool. You join, get some monthly swag, T-shirts and that. But Club Grunt Style reposted Will's video of him laser engraving the bottle openers.
Oh, sweet.
I checked this morning. It had just under 30,000 views.
Wow.
Yeah, excuse me.
See, I posted that up too on my Instagram as well.
Yeah,
I
I saw
didn't get that many people seeing it because Grunt Style's got a huge following.
Well,
Yeah,
you know, what's interesting is Club's got a pretty big following, but that was really cool to see. You know, I think of today it was high 28,000s that had looked at that video. And it could have been me about 30 times too, because it's such a cool video.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
It is
so
cool.
if you're not following Club, that's a awesome Instagram account as well.
That laser engraving stuff is just fun to watch. It's just like, zzz, and then all of a sudden this whole logo and stuff shows up. Which, by the way, I was going to show this too. We're going to be doing a video on this Trigicon, the MRO we've got here. This thing's pretty cool. I like it. I mean, first thing I noticed about it, you know, the outer lens. I'm probably going to call it the wrong lens, but so I'll just say the front lens and the back one. Due to the size of that front one, it really gives you a nice range of motion of the optics, so you can actually still see the red dot. I'll probably figure out a better way to explain that when I do the video, but I think it's pretty awesome. So that was sent over from Renegade Ammo, and Dave sent it over, and Trigicon. It's got to go back, of course, so we don't get to keep it, but it's going to go back to Trigicon.
Which rifle's it going on?
That's a great question.
I want to see which state you're picking.
Well,
we'll see if we get it back, Rick.
yeah, you know, really, they're out of Michigan. So we burnt for a Michigan rifle, but we're not there yet. That's on the list. In fact, we kind of slowed down a little bit in the assembly process of some of these rifles, but very shortly here, I'm going to get refocused into it and keep going on some of them we have here. I want to say currently I have, you know, still there are 2 that are pretty close to being completed. I need a couple more components for each one of those. And I think 5 more that are in various stages of completion and whatnot. So we have some progress going on and whatnot. Anyhow, I know we're getting pretty close to 10 o'clock and everything. I know John's got to check out pretty soon. I know we all
Sorry, guys.
tomorrow. But so if you got to jump out, that's cool. Appreciate you coming out with us and hanging out. And
Great talking to y'all. If y'all want to
Take care,
come
John.
down Tennessee area, let me know.
yeah,
Thanks,
absolutely.
brother.
Have a good one. Later, guys.
You too.
Yep. Likewise. So Anyhow, yeah, we're gonna check that out and do a little video on that in the future. I'm sure that's probably not going to end with one of me saying, how disappointed I am or whatever, because it's a pretty nice optic. I like it.
Yeah, it's got the infrared or the night vision. It's
It
not
does.
infrared.
I saw the two ends on it.
Yep. Good.
Of course, I don't have a way to see the night vision really, so.
I should have sent you the night vision goggles too.
You have them?
I got a few pair.
What?
We use them for coyote hunting.
Nice.
Yeah.
That I'd love to play with those one day because I just haven't had a chance to do that. That's pretty cool.
Hey, Rick, what's the SKU on that rascal?
The SKU as in like the part number?
Yeah.
Or model number?
Yeah.
So if I'm looking at this correctly, we have it's 2200006.
6, okay.
Yeah. I don't know if the MRO-C- and then those same numbers is the whole thing.
2200006.
Yeah.
Here,
I think that one retails. I think that one retails at either 469 or 525. I've seen them all over the place.
Something around there. I just rounded to about a $500.
639.
639. Does
Yeah.
that add optics?
Does what?
At Optics Planet?
I'm looking at one
Well,
of
you're
our
a dealer
big
for them,
suppliers.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's a nice setup. You always think of like the big three. I think if I'm thinking correctly, wouldn't it be EOTech, Aimpoint, and Trijicon, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to red dots, battle type optics, I guess the way to kind of word it. So, yeah, EOTech's had some issues and so forth, as we know. I don't know where they're standing now anymore.
They did the big recall. A lot of it was extreme temperatures in the trunks of LE vehicles. And I've got one on one of my Rock River AR pistols, a PDS pistol. And
So I
it's
like the
been
design.
beat up. It works great.
I've always liked the design of them too, the EOTechs, even though it's kind of weird to have like a box style looking thing, I guess some people think, but I like the reticle that they use. They just seem like, they'd be pretty durable, but
I've got one.
again, that's a whole other debate that we can open up that people argue over until, as I used to say, the cows come home. Between Aimpoint or EOTech, yada, yada, yada.
And Vortex is making some cool stuff with their
That's true.
prism scopes, where the reticle, whether you got a battery in there or not, if you need to pop that out in a hurry, you still have a reticle, display in there,
That's cool.
which is kind of cool. And then forget which one it is, Spitfire, Strikefire, that can go red or green. It's kind of nice.
Yeah, no, I think the Strikefire would do red or green, I thought.
Yeah, I think it's Strikefire too, to be honest with you.
Yeah,
I think you're right, Dave. The
The one's
Strikefire
not
2.
being made anymore. I
Yeah.
actually have the one. It's funny because that's what I used on the Wisconsin build, since I had one that I bought off someone used for really actually a pretty fair deal for $50 for a Strikefighter 1, and it still has full lifetime warranty and so forth. And if it gets messed up or whatever and it's not repairable, they'll send you the Strikefire 2. It sounds like, with their warranty. They basically give you what the comparable model is currently for it, which is nice to know. So I gotta go throw that underneath my truck and drive it over and see what happens. But I'm just kidding. I would.
You'll have to edit the video now.
Mm-hmm. No, I wouldn't do that. But when we took it to NRA show, Joshua at Criterion Barrels was like, "Hey, if you don't mind, take the optic off of it. I've got one I want to throw on it from Vortex." I'm like, "Okay, sure, that's fine." Because thinking back to SHOT Show this past year, if some of you guys may remember this, you guys here or them watching, during SHOT they have like a new products area that's set up. And somebody went over to one of the rifles, which was, I believe, American Defense Manufacturing rifle, and they stole the Trijicon MRO off of it, actually.
I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, I shared the video. Everyone was sharing it. The guy got caught eventually, which is good. Because like, what the hell? You just walk up to something that's on display for people to come and enjoy and check out and see, and you're ripping stuff off of it. It's total BS. So I'm like, hey, okay, sure. If you want to put your optic on it, it's one less thing that could get stolen, I guess. But it was kind of fun to put that on display. That's what I also probably mentioned in the last show or whatever about I got to get some labels made up and stuff like that to put on the stocks and everything. And one of the things I want to do too, and maybe Pete in the future one day we'll get to figure something out with this when we get more of them built. Some type of range day event that goes on. I would like to see if there's a way to get these out where people can actually go ahead and shoot them too. Like, hey, you want to shoot the Wisconsin rifle or the Illinois rifle or the Arizona rifle, whatever it is. Kind of be able to share this project with people, because that's the whole idea of it. It's not about me building 50 rifles, because honestly, I don't need 50 rifles. You can see how much space that those take up over there.
Well, maybe we could do a Michigan rifle with Trijicon, the Wisconsin rifle with Vortex, and on.
Yeah, it'd be kind of cool with the optics and stuff too, which is one of the things hopefully we'll get to work with in the future. I'll hopefully use a Trijicon on the Michigan build. But yeah, we were looking at that, like, if there's some type of range day event, like even say there's a match somewhere and like there's an open range, if it's an outdoor event where there's an open one to use, to bring them out there for people if they want to come out and shoot them or whatever, something like that. I don't know. We just got to figure out some type of ideas for it and develop them into something. But
good way to make an educated decision, and depending on the optic to see what eye relief works for you, and
oh sure,
really what kind of reticle you want, what the use of the optic is.
Yeah, for the optics end of it, and also to kind of just see the different products that are out there from all around the country, and then actually have your hands on it to actually see it in person versus just the videos that we put out there and so forth. That's why, like, NRA show and upcoming shows, that if there's something I can attend and so forth, if there's a company that maybe has a product on one of these rifles, or maybe they're the manufacturer of the receiver set or something, if they want to display the rifle in their booth, I think that'd be an awesome thing to do. Then people get a chance to actually see these in person and so forth. And ultimately, once we get the whole collection done, I really would love to try to work with like NRA Museum or something to be able to have them out at some place where people can actually see them.
Yeah.
Maybe not necessarily behind glass. I don't know. I mean, that obviously if they're behind glass or protected and they're on display that way, but I wouldn't mind having a way for people to actually see them and put their hands on them too, and kind of look at them over and play with them and stuff.
Dude, you could get a bunch of YouTubers that do videos and maybe get them all together and everybody getting a chance to try some of them out.
Yeah, someone said I should turn it into a business in some way of, hey, come out and rent the Wisconsin rifle or something. But I never really, my idea wasn't to ever do that, and I don't think that would be the case ever, because this is something I want to do to kind of share with people, not really capitalize on it. If there's any money coming back, it's through like any YouTube advertisements and things like that. But ultimately, those dollars and cents don't really pay for all the work and everything that goes into doing the YouTube channel. It just kind of helps a little bit here and there with some of the equipment and stuff and whatnot that I need to do this. But I just want to be able to share it with people. I think it's awesome. Share the stories, share the products, share the rifles, so people can check them out.
And the companies.
Yeah, exactly. The companies and the people behind them and everything.
Yeah. So I forgot I got one more thing coming in sometime in the next 6 weeks. And here, let me throw up my screen share.
Yeah, what's that?
There we go. All right, can you guys see that?
I can see your screen, but it's on the YouTube.
Oh, there it is.
The world's toughest coffee maker.
Yeah. So Ox, they call it the Ox box. It's a coffee box. It's a portable, self-sustained, ruggedized coffee box that it's kind of like a Keurig on steroid, but it's not Keurig. It's built a lot tougher. And they had the thing that caught my eye on this is they have a video of them blowing this thing up.
Nice.
So I contacted the company and got the owner on the phone, and I said, hey, I want to do a video on this. I want to get one in. I'm going to start stocking them, and I want to blow one up. And a little bit about that, because they were very concerned with me blowing it up after they seen some of the other things I blew up. And,
yeah.
And this video down here, I won't play it because it'll probably burn my bandwidth out. But if you go to that video, they park a Jeep on top of it and dumping bolts and nuts, and they show blowing it up and stuff like that. So I was like, well, you know, I like blowing stuff up. I mean, it is what it is. But
With like Tannerite.
oh yeah, you've seen the video of us blowing up the yeah.
What's that?
We blew up. Let me turn this off.
Yeah, because we're still seeing your
Okay.
screen share.
Yeah, that's all right. So we took an old truck rim off my Dodge Ram, and I got a 4x4 1500. It's got 20-inch rims on it, and we turned around and we took a pound or 2 pounds of explosives and stuffed it underneath it and blew it up and launched it 150 plus feet in the air. So
Nice.
that was it's on the YouTube channel. It should be on the YouTube channel. But they seen that video and they said, well, you know, that rim's 50 pounds. You know, how much explosives are you going to use on this thing? I said, I don't know. We'll have to test it first and find out before we shoot the real live video and you know, blow your coffee pot into a billion pieces and make it look horrible. We won't do that to you, but we are going to blow one up. If it was warranted, if we blew it up, and he says, well, as long as you don't shoot it.
Nice.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Hey,
so we'll have
this might be a stupid question, Dave. Does that thing run on AC power, or how does it run?
Yeah, I believe it's a battery operated, or it's rechargeable. I haven't dug into it a whole lot to get all the specs on everything, but it holds more water than like the Keurig coffee pots. Built-in cup holders. It's got latches and things like that, and
Does it use the?
it's a lot more heavier duty.
What is it?
Yeah,
use?
it's got like a front face that'll hold one cup in the front. It looks like. So until I get it in my hands, it'll be kind of hard to say this or that about it. But the videos and seeing some of the specs that it already has on it, it's going to be kind of fun, I think.
So let me ask you, do you know if it uses like K cups, or what does it use?
I believe it uses the standard K cup style.
Cool. That'd be kind of neat. If people work on a job site, bring a Keurig style coffee maker with you.
Yeah. Well, you know, and I did roofing years and years and years ago, and you know, you take your jugs up with you and your water and everything else. And in the morning, you know, I like coffee, and it's not like you can haul your coffee pot up there. You haul your thermos up with you. You know, that keeps it warm. If it's decent out, it keeps it warm. If it's cold out, it gets cold fast. And to make an on-demand coffee, and heck, if the thing falls off a roof, you know, 2 stories, 3 stories, and should be okay. Hey, you got guys with radios that are $300-400 radios that run on drill batteries, and they drop those things off the roof all the time. So yeah, good concept. It looks like a good product. And they're not horribly expensive. I think they retail at like $200 and a quarter. So,
Yeah, for someone who's going to be using it every day, like you said, for work, and it's that rugged, it might be worth the investment. Yeah. Or people who like to go out to the range and go shoot all day and want some coffee.
Yeah.
You know, that's pretty cool. Throw in the back of your truck or whatever, you know.
Yeah, they got a video with it rolling around the back of a truck with water and stuff. I mean, it's a marketing video.
Yeah, destructive tests are always fun. I mean, I've only have done really one destructive test, I would say. That was that Men 2 mags that I basically drove my truck on top of it, ground it into the ground, dropped it on the feed lips, threw it in the ice, the snow, whatever. We shot it 5 times, blew the spring out, still was able to run 15 rounds with the bolt locking back, with the spring blown out, and then replaced the spring and follower. Well, the follower was okay, but I just put a new spring and follower in it because they were stuck out of another mag anyway. And even with the holes blown out in the side, it still run the full 30 rounds. Then after we did that a few times, I lost it and I didn't know what I did with it. Then I remember the day that I was out testing it, I had set it on the edge of my truck on the bed, and it fell into the bed of my truck. So when I found it, it was packed in ice and snow in the bed of my truck for probably about at least a month or more. And took it, still, loaded it, let it thaw out, dried it out, threw some, 30 rounds in it, and ran it again, and it hasn't failed, believe it or not, for all the stress we put it through.
That's
So,
nice.
There's a lot of good magazines out there, of course, but Men2 is they make some nice stuff, and I like it. They make some 20-round mags now too, which are really good. So forth. So, but anyway, I don't know if you guys got anything else you wanted to wrap it up with tonight. David, if you got anything last moment thoughts?
No. I mean, watch Rick's BigGunner81 channel and send him stuff for his guns.
Yeah, not for my. Well, I don't consider my guns. They're the 50 States project.
Well, yeah, for the project. Send them for the project.
Yes.
But yeah, no, raffling those off might not be a bad idea to raise some money for some charities or something. When they're done, or getting the NRA museum to pick them up on a consignment thing or something. And I mean, you never know what you can do with anything, and people are weird anyway.
It's a shame to separate them all out, but I do want to share with people, and I do want to see if there's some way we can get a benefit for veterans organization or something, or multiple organizations, some type of charity. I definitely want something good to come out of it. What's that?
An auction for all 50 of them.
What's that?
Do an auction for all 50 of them at the end.
Oh, buy it as a set, auction all 50 of them. Yeah, that could be.
You need some deep pockets.
Yeah, you would. Because they are expensive to buy all 50. But the thing I was going to say is I know there's a couple in there that are kind of close to me and kind of attached to you in a sense, which is just a couple of them. And that's basically because my friends at MGS Firearms, it was their first line of receiver sets that they were making. Number 18 is what I have because they didn't even have 81 yet when they were making the run of them. So that's kind of special to me in a sense, but it is part of the project, so I don't consider it my own rifle.
You got some
and also
Big Gunner logo on them and stuff, right?
Yeah, there's a few of them. The Ohio rifle, I think, was the first one I want to say, and then the Georgia rifle and also the Texas rifle all have the logo on them, which is pretty cool. But also the Bad Arms receiver. That's the first time that Barry over at BATArms.com was making receiver sets, and so I've got number 81 because I reserved it. I wanted to get that number, so I got 00081 for it. But I mean, other than that, those are the only two that each one was unique, and I like all of them. They're like children in a sense, but I guess I don't know how else to word that. But I look at it as that's a separate thing. It's not part of my collection of what I go out and I shoot and everything. Yeah. I have more than enough AR-15s to sustain me for any purpose that I need to do. So, and I like them. And if I need to change something about them, I can change it and customize them to what I need.
Yeah, one of our guys, Rick, Bobby Snyder, was good enough when we got our first 3 of the rifle that Bobby's giving away this week in the match. We got one serial number that ended in 355.
Nice.
Matt, you probably didn't even know that, did you?
I didn't know.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Is it one of the ones you're giving away, you said, or is it one of the ones?
It's
one of the ones you're keeping for collectible type deal.
Yep.
Nice.
Matt's fellow Marine got 355.
Very cool.
Nice. That's pretty cool. So, Matt, you got any other final thoughts you want to throw out?
I'll see everybody Saturday.
Except me, unfortunately.
Yeah, shot for you guys.
Yeah, I've been kind of depressed about that. I really wanted to go. It's this is going to be, I believe, basically an event that's going to surpass all the previous, 2 gun runs that you guys have done. I mean, it just keeps getting better and better.
Hey, Rick, how about if I shoot some video and Dropbox it to you?
Yeah, that'd be cool. We can use it. We can put something together and so forth. And that'd be kind of nice to put a collage together, which, for those that maybe have not watched the channel much or know much about the 355 or the Range 355, you know, before it was built, we started following the project of the range being built with Pete and everything. Did our first interview out there at the site when there was nothing there yet, and it's been a fun journey to watch. And I thank you, Pete, for sharing that with all of us.
Oh, thank you, man, for documenting the progress.
Yeah, it's an awesome thing to do, and it's been a fun experience to edit some of those videos and throw them together and kind of share that with everybody. Even like the ribbon cutting with the mayor and him coming out to go shoot, you know, a couple guns and everything at the range. That was cool. So I've enjoyed that, and I hope everybody out there has enjoyed watching that stuff as well. And you know, not a lot of companies, a lot of people would let you do that kind of stuff because they're, as far as filming, you know, some people and companies would have like an aversion to having YouTube videos made on things. It happens, but I appreciate, you know, the support and everything that you guys have done for this channel and for allowing us to get those videos made and everything. It's kind of cool. So
You gotta get that flag hung up.
I do. You know what? I've got it sitting here. I get draped up back there. Just on the cabinet temporarily, but you know, with the rental property, I've been like so like hesitant to put holes in the wall yet. I'm allowed to. I'm just like, I just gotta just do it.
Got mine up.
What's that?
So I finally got mine up.
Nice. But yeah, one other thing, ironically, after you gave me that mat too.
Yeah.
So we were at NRA show on the way out of the show on Sunday or whatever, and everybody's kind of packing up and getting ready to go, and there's a couple ladies from like LifeLock. They're just trying to get rid of stuff. They gave us some hats, which I'll just probably use those for giveaways at some point, and things like that. It's kind of put in the swag pile, the stuff that I do giveaways with. And then she's like, "Oh yeah, hey, you want an American flag?" And I'm like, "Sure." So she gave me like a brand new, all wrapped up, you know, something that they probably were using for like the display or may have used for their display. And I'm like, "Okay, cool. I might hang that one up back there too. I don't know." You know, I also have a banner from like Eggleston Munitions too that I've hung up before, but I think that it's going to take up most of the wall back there, and I want to be able to have a few different things hanging up. So I may reposition that somehow. I'm not sure yet. Which I want to thank those guys again too over at Eggleston Munitions. You can check them out at egglestonmunitions.com. Make polymer coated projectiles for everyone that's out there that does reloading. I've had great success with them. I enjoy shooting them. Just got done loading up a bunch of 147 grainers that I want to go shoot soon. Hopefully I can finish getting that pistol caliber carbine put together in the next couple months here, and you know, get to shooting that too. That's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm just looking forward to that, you know, since I haven't had one yet. So anyway, everybody, thanks again for watching, and till next week and next time, go out and have some fun shooting.
Thanks, Rick.
Thanks, Pete. Thanks, Matt.
Thank you.